Hi, hello, how are you? You're listening to I've Always Said That with your host, Brad, and we are back for a analysation of Drag Race Down Under versus the World, episode 2. Now, if you watch the episode, you would know it's a highly controversial episode for a magnitude of reasons. But may I just say, I still enjoyed it because Drag Race is at its best when it's messy. Yes, production is not always making the most fantastic of decisions. However, these queens are still putting on a fantastic show and I am thoroughly enjoying. So let's get into it, shall we? At the end of last episode, we had Lala and Floor in the bottom 2. It was a non-elimination episode, so nobody went home. All the queens come back into the workroom, and my favourite part of the lipstick format is them revealing who they would have sent home, like if they didn't win the lip sync. So both of them, neither Miss Jade So or Michael Maruli, had to reveal their lipstick, so they both got the pleasure of revealing it to the group. Michael went first, and she chose Floor to go home. And Floor, I think, saw it coming from Michael. She was like, okay, yeah, obviously still like pissed off, but like, of course you're gonna be. But then the kicker was Miss Jade also chose Floor, and I was like, oh, that's when Floor was floored. She was cracked, honey. It was so good. Her face, she was like, anger, the steam coming out of that wig was incredible. And then Miss J just like dug the hole even more. She was like, I liked how you were talking about yourself, but then you started talking about Lala negatively, and I didn't like that. And Lala's like, what? And I was like, ooh, shady, shady, shady. We love to see it. Anyway, Floor's obviously pissed, but what are you gonna do? She's still here, and that's all that matters. Everyone wraps up, and that is the official end of episode 1. And then we get straight into episode 2. The queens come in, new day in the workroom. They all line up. And Michelle comes in, and she says it's a girl group challenge. We love a girl group challenge. And it's gonna be a tribute to the honourable Kylie Minogue. I was going to say late great. Kylie Minogue is not dead. I don't want to put that out there. Kylie Minogue is an icon, an Aussie icon who is very much still alive. And then Michelle says they're going to be joined by a very special guest this week, who is in the room with them now. And I think everyone at home will have the same reaction. We're like, oh, it's Raven. Like, there's no need to pretend. We're all aware that it's Raven. And Michelle's like, Raven. And then Raven drops the act and she's like, oh, my God. And everyone, all the queens are like gagged, obviously, because you would be in that scenario. Like, you're very convinced that she's a competitor after going through the motions of the whole first episode to then be like, nope. And Michelle's like, I sent Raven in as my mole to get to know you all better. And it's like, you've judged all of these queens except 2, and she was there for 1 episode. What's she gonna tell you that you can't find out for yourself or don't already know? Right? Just a bit of a stunt, but obviously but I mean, you can use stunt in a negative connotation, but like, it is a stunt. They did that and people are talking about it, so do with that what you will. Anyway, Michelle's like, I repeat, Raven is not a competitor, but she will be the guest judge of this episode, which is what I think they should have done from the... You know what? No, I like that they did it. I wish Raven was actually competing. I think that would be very entertaining, but I've got mixed feelings, you know? I think a lot of people are angry about being misled, but I'm like, kind of like, get over it, you know? It's a bit of fun. Lighten up. But I think the person who's most pissed off is Nicole Paige Brooks. She's like, oh, she's not happy. Anyway, once they get over that, they get split into 2 groups for the girl group challenge for Miss Kylie Minogue. First group is going to be like the poppy sort of group, and that's going to be made up of Lala, Nicole, Nikita, Coco, and Art. I was like, okay, fun group, and we love a poppy sort of song. And then the next 5 is going to be like the disco divas for Kylie, with Miss Jade So, Australia Extravaganza, Michael Maruli, Floor, and Vibe. I'm like, okay, 2 fairly evenly matched groups, you know, this is going to be really fun. They go through the workroom and everything, they have their chats with Michelle, they get on the main stage to do their choreo. Nicole struggling, as the icon does, but we love her for it. I'm expecting a lot out of these queens. Like, Coco went home on her girl group challenge. Like, I feel like we haven't seen a lot of these girls do a girl group challenge, and if we have, it was a while ago. Nicole's iconic rapping roast in All Stars 10, and of course, you know, Lala's gonna turn it. So I've got high hopes for this challenge. Anyway, the runway category, they do the runway first, and when they said that, I was like, whoa, hold up a minute, what's going on? But anyway, of course, the runway category is Kylie Minogue. First up, we have Lala Ree. First issue with this runway, they didn't license the photos, and I know everyone's been talking a lot about it, but it's like they're referencing specific looks from Kylie Minogue, but they can't show us the photo because they haven't paid the licensing fee for the said photo, so therefore we don't know the reference. Obviously, we know the reference for like the big, more like recognizable looks like Art Simone's and such, but for a lot of them, it's like, I don't know what this look is supposed to be. For example, Lala Ree's. She's wearing like a very basic red bedazzled like mini dress with gloves and a big orange hair. I'm like, only because you're telling me this is Kylie, I wouldn't have got Kylie from this at all. So I was like, okay, I don't really know what to take from this. Then we've got Nicole Paige Brooks, and she's wearing like a black kind of pantsuit, like bedazzled, obviously puffy shoulders and such. I like this look. She's got fringe running down like each side of her leg. However, the hair needs to be a lot bigger. The proportions of the hair is not right, and that's really throwing me off a lot. Sorry. Then we've got Nikita Raman, and she's in the iconic X and O dress. I think the dress is beautiful. Again, she's wearing a little pussycat wig, and I know that that's the kind of hairstyle that Kylie had in this photo. I'm just like, I just want to see some bigger hair. I love big hair. Give me big hair. We've got Coco Jumbo. This look's not it. And I think she knows that. The judges told her that as well. Like, this look is not it. It's not good. It's the Kylie mini dress with like the heart on it, but she like pulls off dress after dress after dress, and it's like a new color each time. But the cut of the dress is not flattering whatsoever. But as Raven said, makeup, stamped, honey, stamped. And then we have Art Simone, and she is wearing the iconic Kylie Minogue outfit from the Sydney Olympics 2000 closing ceremony. She looks fantastic. This full-on hot pink bedazzled showgirl number with this huge back piece coming off her as well. Phenomenal. I think one of the best looks Art Simone has had on Drag Race. Actually incredible. We go to Miss Jade So, and she's kind of giving us burlesque Kylie. And like, of course she is. She's stunning. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. This is right up her alley. She's got the big feathers and everything. Oh, gosh, she's stunning. Gosh, she's absolutely beautiful. I'm just staring at her because, like, stun, you know? Then we have Australia Extravaganza, and I think this is the most camp look of them all. She's in like the full cheetah print bodysuit version of Kylie, and she's got this big boxing gloves and then like the boxing cloak, I guess they wear before they come out. It's fun, it's camp. I think she looks great. My favorite part of the look, weirdly, is like the front fringe, like the swoop of it. I don't know why, it just really appeals to me, and I think it's quite nice. Michael Maruli is up next, and she's in the iconic music video version of Kylie Minogue, the white jumpsuit with like the hood, very bedazzled, very beautiful. There's something, like her makeup's different. I think she's gone to like angle for more Kylie, but I'm just a bit like, I don't know if I'm feeling it. Like, it's not my favorite in the world. I love the outfit, but I think the makeup's just throwing me off a little bit. Then we have Floor, and she's giving us Padam Padam. And I think this is, to a T, exactly what Kylie was giving. I think the hair is what really sells it. It's perfect. I don't love like the back wings or cape thing. I think they look a bit flimsy, but I think it still is a successful piece and obviously a step up from the sewing challenge last week. I think anything is going to be. So love your floor. And then we have Vibe giving us Aphrodite Kylie, and I think she looks absolutely phenomenal. Her makeup's really beautiful as well, giving us fully goddess, giving Jade a run for her money, one might say. And I think she looks incredible. I think they all look really good. But what really floored me this episode is then they get into the performances of the girl groups, and they're wearing their runways. And I'm like, okay, so some of them have adjusted, like Art's taken off like the big pack piece sort of thing, Floor's taken off her wings. Miss Jade So's gotten rid of all of the feathers and headpiece and such so they can perform. But I'm like, I would have rather they just kind of give like different Kylie or just like other performance looks. I don't know. I don't like them performing in their runway. I thought that was just like a really strange decision. Anyway, the first group is the pop group. So we've got Lala, Nicole, Nikita, Coco, and Art performing the pop number. I didn't love this song. I didn't think it was really great. I think the obvious standout for me was Art Simone giving us Bogan Beauty. I think she's so funny. I loved her top 4 verse in Down Under season 1, and I thought this was just as good. A lot of them didn't know the words, which is like, what do you mean? Why didn't you know the words? Coco didn't know the words, Nikita didn't know the words. I think Nicole was stumbling a bit. Lala did fine. I thought she was good. But those 3, I was like, oh, this is rough. We're on the struggle bus today. All right, and then we've got the Disco Divas, and I'm like, I am obsessed with this song. Like, I'm actually obsessed. Kylie makes me feel just right. It's been stuck in my head. I'm so obsessed with it, and I would have been so pissed off if I was the other group and I heard that song. And they all did really, really well. Miss Jade so comes out first, and she's like, obviously, what a way to set the tone with Jade, right? Like, she's so gorgeous. Loved her lyrics, so much fun. But I think the real surprise of this group for me was Australia. Her voice. I did watch her season, but it was a while ago now. I can't remember if she sang or not, but her singing ability is really, really good. She's got tones, honey. Like, she sounded really fun, and she was still giving camp, she was still giving comedy, and it was like, this is really good. I really enjoy this. Then we've got Michael. I think her verse was like a little too poppy for me. It was like, goddess of pop, and I was like, she literally said that. And I was like, I'm not in love with his verse. Like, there was nothing wrong with the performance, but I was like, oh, I think it just didn't suit that particularly. Then we've got Floor. I thought Floor did really well. I think she is a performance queen. I don't think she was a massive standout, but she definitely wasn't in the lower half. And then we have Vibe. I really liked Vibe's verse. However, I wish it was a bit more sung and a bit less spoken word, which I think is what it was. That was kind of the issue for me, you know. So they go to the stage for judges' critiques, and Lala, oh God, who is it? Lala, Jade, Michael, and Vibe are safe. And I was like, oh, Jade's safe. Okay, interesting. I wasn't sure about that one, but anyway, so the tops of the week are, out of the group that's left up there, obviously Art, Australia, and Floor. And then the bottoms, we've got Coco, Nikita, and Nicole. I don't agree with the next result. Art and Floor were the top 2. I would have put Art and Australia in the top 2, with Jade being that 3rd position as well, personally. And then the bottom 2 were Coco and Nicole, which I don't agree with. Also, I do unfortunately think Nikita should have been down there. I feel like she flubbed her words the most and probably would have been down there with Nicole. That would have been my decision. Anyway, so the top 2, Art and Floor, lip sync to a Kylie Minogue song, of course. At least they got that. What do I have to do? A fun lip sync. But overall, pretty standard. I do think Art won hands down. I think she did a great job and she finally got her first challenge win on Drag Race as well, which is crazy. Long time coming. So the bottom two come up to the stage and it is now time for the first elimination of the season. Nicole Paige Brooks or Coco Jumbo. And it's kind of tries to have her like little TV moment. It's like, I could seek revenge here for Coco sending her home back on their season. But she ultimately chooses Nicole Paige Brooks to go home and gag. I didn't think she would be going this early on. But with that bottom two, like I think I would have chosen Nicole as well. I don't think either of them really deserve to go home. So it's a bit of a tough choice. And I think unfortunately it is having like a negative effect on the season because both Raven and Nicole have now gone in one episode. So everyone's like, oh, over it, don't want to watch it. I'm like, oh my God, grow up, seriously. I think it was still a great episode. Obviously, not a fantastic result for who was going home. One of the girl groups were fun. But some interesting challenge performances. And I think the dynamics of all the queens are starting to really come out. So I think it's still a lot of fun. Very keen for next episode, Snatch Game. I know a lot of these queens are going to have trauma for that. And I can't wait to see it. Let me know your thoughts on the episode in the comments below. Share with your friends. Like, comment, subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to. Love you lots. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Ivealwayssaidthat.pod. This is Brad Buckland for I've Always Said That, reviewing Drag Race Down Under vs. the World. Thank you. You're welcome. Love you. Bye.